Hello, and welcome to the 21st episode of Roll for Woodworking, a series where we let dice decide the fate of our next woodworking project. And on today's episode, we are going to be using our mystery dice set that we got from... I'll put the name of the shop up on the screen. But these actually come from 1985 Games, which I actually got the sticker from this pack up there. I haven't set it where I want it yet, but I have it in the video because we're using their dice. But these, if you missed the dice haul video, these are a nice, almost Christmassy set of dice. Kind of a swirly red and green. So let's give them a toss and see what we get. Alright, let's start things off with our D20 woodworking roll. That's a 1. So we're going to a bowl. Start off 21. Alright. Okay. So let's do a... no, this one. Let's do a D10 to figure out how big a bowl we're going to do. That is a 0. So that would be a 10, right? Yeah, because there's 1. So we're doing a big bowl. Ooh, boy. Okay, after checking a few things, I cannot guarantee this will be a solid 10-inch bowl. At best, I can probably do 9.5, just with how the rotation on my lathe will allow. Like from the center of the lathe to the bottom plate is about 5.5 inches. Theoretically, I can do a 10-inch bowl. However, getting the piece of wood completely around to where it'll spin in that 10 inches is a different story. That being said, I have 4 woods that should work. This one is a complete mystery to me, sweet gum. It's either going to be decent or terrible. That's why I put it at number 1. Oh, D4. Be something good, please. That would be a 4, Cedar. Whew. That might be the best option if I'm being realistic here. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, so slight problem, slight dilemma. Now, we put the cedar bowl in the oven 150 for an hour to help bring down the moisture content because didn't show it on camera. I probed it last night before I was completely finished with it, and it was showing about 13% moisture. I put it in there to help try to alleviate some of that, and I have no idea how well this will show up on camera, but there is a pretty intense crack right there. There's one starting here that runs a full length all the way up to that knot right there, along with a few hairlines here, one at the very base of the bowl running to the bottom, and just a few odds and ends here, there, and yonder. Now, I could put it back on the lathe, try to finish hollowing it out, and hope that that crack does not expand anymore while it's turning, and essentially make this a bomb. But instead, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it as is right now, put it off to the side as a unfinished project for maybe eventually we'll finish it. But what I'm going to do is take some fine cedar sawdust, mix it with some wood glue, and press as much as I can into these cracks to try to seal them up best I can, and then let the thing air dry, hopefully a lot slower than in the oven. Let it air dry for upwards of at least 3 months to 6 months, and then maybe revisit this at a later date. But just to confirm something, I'm not sure how big this is. Where are we sitting at? We are sitting, ooh, that is exactly 10 inches outside diameter to outside diameter. That is quite literally the farthest I can get on my lathe and still be able to turn it. And as you saw from the video, it's tight. But overall, knowing how Cedar is, I can't give this a high score just because it's unfinished. However, it's not a complete failure. There's still some potential here. So for the time being, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Just a good middle of the road project. And hopefully, eventually, we will revisit this and it will be immaculate. But until next time, let me know what you guys think. Be sure to like the video, share it around to your friends, and I'll see you later. Bye.